Medieval people went months without bathing, but the reason why will blow your mind, and it's not what you think. This dark truth changed history forever and killed millions of people. Everyone thinks medieval people were just dirty and ignorant savages who didn't know any better. But here's the shocking truth that will change everything. They chose not to wash.
Everyone thinks medieval people were just dirty and ignorant. But here's the shocking truth. They chose not to wash.
They had soap, they had water, they had bathing facilities, but they deliberately avoided them. And their reasons will change everything you thought you knew about the Middle Ages and human civilization. The church taught that bathing was sinful. They believed washing your body was vanity, a deadly sin that would send you straight to hell for eternity. Holy people were supposed to be dirty as a sign of their devotion to God. The dirtier you were, the more spiritual you appeared. Saints would go years without washing, and this was celebrated as the highest form of religious devotion. But it gets worse. The church spread a terrifying lie.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done.
That would kill millions. They taught that cleanliness was associated with paganism and devil worship. Ancient Romans and Greeks bathed regularly, and since they were pagans, bathing became associated with evil spirits and demonic possession. Medieval doctors believed bathing opened your pores, letting deadly diseases enter your body like an open door to death. They thought the Black Death spread through clean skin because clean pores were more vulnerable to disease. So staying dirty was literally a matter of life and death. It was medical advice from the smartest people of their time. The rich weren't exempt either. They had their own twisted logic. Wealthy people believed that changing clothes was cleaner than bathing. They would wear multiple layers of expensive garments and change them frequently, thinking this was more hygienic than washing their actual bodies. The more clothes you could afford to change, the cleaner you were considered to be. Queen Isabella of Spain boasted she only bathed twice in her entire life, at birth and before her wedding. That's it. For over 50 years of life, she avoided water completely. King Louis XIV was terrified of water and avoided it completely, ruling the most powerful nation in Europe while being absolutely filthy. The results were catastrophic. Medieval cities reeked so badly that visitors described them as hell on earth. The stench was so overwhelming that people would faint from the smell alone. Bodies were covered in layers of dirt and grime so thick that it formed a protective coating. People would scratch through the dirt to reach their actual skin underneath. But then something changed everything. The Renaissance brought new ideas from the East, where bathing was still practiced. Islamic civilizations, Chinese cultures, and Japanese societies had never stopped bathing. Suddenly, being clean became fashionable again in European high society. The irony? Medieval people were actually more susceptible to disease because they didn't wash. The very thing they feared most, deadly diseases, was caused by what they thought protected them. Their dirt and grime became breeding grounds for bacteria, parasites, and infections that would have been prevented by simple washing. Here's the final twist that will blow your mind. The medieval fear of bathing lasted so long that when Europeans first met Native Americans, they were shocked by how clean they were. The civilized Europeans were actually the dirty ones. Native Americans bathed daily in rivers and lakes, maintained excellent hygiene, and were horrified by European smell and appearance. So the next time you take a shower, remember, you're doing something medieval people thought would send you straight to hell. The dark truth about medieval hygiene shows how fear and ignorance can literally shape history for centuries. What other obvious things do we do today that future generations will think are insane? Comment below with your theories. If this medieval hygiene truth shocked you, wait until you see why pirates wore eye patches.
Coming next, the genius reason pirates wore eye patches.